Good afternoon, David Johnson here from Pacific Coast Neurosurgery, the Back Pain and Functional Movement Training Centre. Just a very quick video this afternoon. Some interesting cases that have come up recently that really highlight some fantastic learning points about back pain and spine health. Here is an MRI scan of someone's lumbar spine, and you can see here the discs look pretty healthy. Okay, so this patient had this MRI scan about 6 years ago, and he was starting to get back pain, very minor, just a little bit of niggly pain intermittently or episodically that would put him out of action for a few days, and then the symptoms would settle down again. At that time, he got advice. His pain was significant enough such that he went through the process of getting an MRI scan of his lumbar spine. But the advice that he was given at that time was really unhelpful. He was told that there's nothing significant on here that required any surgery. So that's a positive note. It's not that bad. He doesn't need surgery. The structural changes have not deteriorated to a point where he needs any surgical intervention, such as a fusion or disc replacement. The neural structures in white here are not being compressed, so therefore there's no requirement to have any decompression surgery. And he was really just told to plug away, stay fit, exercise a lot, keep his weight under control, and when he gets flare-ups, address that symptomatically with some massage or deep tissue release or some stretching. And that's what he did. So that at face value doesn't seem like a terribly bad situation. But unfortunately, it is a bad situation because he's not being advised to address the root cause of why he started to develop back pain in the first place, which we all know is movement dysfunction. Okay, and 6 years goes by, and this is the scan that he has now. Okay, you can see that there's a significant difference. He's now got increased desiccation or decreased health of both the L4-5 and the L5-S1 disc. The discs up here remain relatively well nourished and healthy, but these two discs have certainly deteriorated further. And now his back pain is chronic. He's experiencing back pain every day. And it's not just an episodic, intermittent type of pain. And that's reflective of the progression of the structural deterioration of the lumbar spine. And so here they are side by side, and we've got a disc, a spine in 2014 that looks like this, and we've got a spine in 2020 that looks like this. And I'm sure that most people can appreciate that there is indeed a progression of the structural changes, and going hand in hand with that is a progression of the symptoms that this patient is experiencing. Now, with the appearances of the scan now, does that mean he needs to go and have a surgical intervention? No, it doesn't. Does that mean that he needs to engage in effective rehabilitation? Absolutely, yes, it does. And of course, the effective rehabilitation that this patient has to then start to employ and integrate into his daily life activities is proficient movement, because these discs are deteriorating at an advanced rate because of movement dysfunction. Biomechanical stress day in, day out on these discs that drives biological inflammation, that drives structural breakdown, and then pain and disability. If he doesn't address movement dysfunction in a timely manner, then what can we expect over the next 5 years? Well, I can tell you that once we have a third MRI, we will have such significant structural deterioration then, such significant pain and disability then, that the likelihood that he will then need to consider a major surgical stabilization and or decompression procedure which is major spine surgery, will be very, very high. Okay, so by engaging in effective rehabilitation now, we can change the natural history of his deteriorating spine health. That's really the main message that I wanted to convey in this little video, is that if we do the right type of rehabilitation, we move away from more conventional massage, stretching, core strengthening exercise and steer towards skillful quality movement that gets applied into your daily life activities, we can arrest this progression of back pain that happens over time. All right, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.